Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. We're out here at the homestead. We're out on a long trip this time. Typically, we get here on a Friday and we leave on a Tuesday. But this trip is different. This trip is about twice as long. We're staying for 10 days, kind of wrapping stuff up. You know, it's all the little things at the end of a project that really take a lot of time. So, trying to figure out this electrical issue that we're having inside the cabin. Three-way switches and dimmers and whatnot, and we may have to go here on YouTube and figure it out. But yeah, we're real close, guys. This is we got maybe 2 more trips out here after this one, and we will be done, at least to the point of moving in. So I woke up early today and made coffee, and man, I could not ask for a more beautiful day. It sucks though, because I just walked out here and just noticed this pine tree has actually broken off and is laying on the ground. So one of the tasks this trip is we're gonna trim up or actually cut down some trees around the buildings, you know, just for safety, fire safety. So hopefully we'll get time to do some of that, but the more important things right now is to get what we got going done. It's pretty amazing, you know, these little nature hike videos that I make when I come out here. You see that dead pine there, and right next to it is a lush, green, healthy looking pine. So why would the beetles kill that tree and just leave that one alone? And then there's another dead one right there. I would say probably half to maybe even 2/3 of the mature pines around here are infested with these pine beetle things, insects. Here's another big pine. This one looks pretty good. The branches on the bottom don't look very happy. There's actually lichen growing on it right there, all over this tree, but the top part is beautiful and green and healthy looking. So there's no shortage of firewood here, guys. Even though I don't like burning pine inside, for outside stuff and barbecues and bonfires and that type of thing, works just fine. Now the juniper is a different story. This guy here, juniper, I do burn inside, and it burns great. It burns hot with minimal ash. Okay, this is strange. So as you guys know, and I've said this a million times, there are still places on this property I haven't seen, and this is one of them. Never noticed this before. That pile of rocks, that's not natural. You see some cow poop here, but this is natural. And then right here is a pile of rocks. I did not do this. Who knows? Oh, I almost stepped on some little cactus. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder who did that. Oh, we got some mullein over here. I've talked about this plant a few times. Ooh, yeah, I've been down here. I was spilling my coffee. This is mullein. It's kind of like a miracle plant. There's a lot of uses for it, medicinal uses. You can actually dry it and smoke it if you have lung congestion. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, smoking to help cure lung congestion, but it does. You can make a tincture with it, with that in like vodka or something, and drink it for bronchial issues. It has a lot of good lung curing properties. Indians used to put the big thick leaves in their their boots, their moccasins to cure foot fungus and to make a more enjoyable walk. Oops. There's another piece, another plant right there. There's a lot of mullein here. It's a miracle plant, guys. Do some research on it. It's fantastic. There's a lot more plants that I got to learn about here. As you know, from Southern California for the most part, and the fauna is definitely different here. It's a nice little spot here, little clearing right here. So I'm looking north, and the mountains are here. And this property slopes downhill to the north for the most part. There's a lot of level spots. There's some dry creek beds that aren't dry during the monsoons. But yeah, I just decided to come out and say hi to you guys. We got here yesterday around 10 o'clock in the morning. Didn't sleep the night before, which is typical. You know, I'm excited about coming out here, so it's hard for me to get to sleep, and I gotta wake up 1 in the morning and get on the road so I can get here and still have time to do some work. So here's that dead pine right here, and if you can see, hopefully the camera picks it up. Right here, these little holes here. This is the bark beetle or pine beetle. All these little holes, they dig in here. Guess I don't know what that is. Looks like some sort of mushroom. If you guys know about these, you know, let me know. I definitely need to learn about, you know, the bugs destroying my trees. I'm sure there's ways to get rid of them, but I'm sure it's invasive and expensive. The junipers are not affected. They just keep growing. I think junipers are more native to here, whereas these pinyon pines, I think they're more from, you know, closer to the Grand Canyon, and they get deposited here. I have a neighbor who lives here, has that theory, that hypothesis, that birds around the Grand Canyon, you know, get the pine nuts and poop them out over in this area, and that's why they're here. I don't know if that's true or not, but sounds good. So just going for a little walk before I start making breakfast for me and the guys, and then we're going back to work. I have a Home Depot delivery scheduled for this afternoon, and I got to meet them over outside the ranch because they can't make it here with their trucks. Oh, gotta love coffee in the morning. Beautiful morning, guys. No wind. It's probably 70 degrees right now. That's a cool little spot. Still looking for elk sheds. Still haven't found one. We came out here a couple weeks ago, and we did actually see some elk coming in. Some very young elk. Some more mullein. There's just mullein everywhere. This, like, everything grows in patches. It's weird. Like, this area of the property's got a lot of mullein in it. And there's places that have oak trees, scrub oak. Oh, here's, I've been down here. Ugh. Don't find a lot of obsidian here, but there's a little piece. We have a lot of little pieces like this, but a couple miles down the road, there's places with chunks the size of softballs. Some coyote scat. I just like walking around and looking. You know, I'm not 50 yards from my cabin, and just kind of see what kind of animals are around where I sleep. I'm still not sleeping in the cabin. The workers are. The workers are sleeping in there. There's, you know, power and lights and all that. I'm still sleeping in the shop for now. Maybe the next trip I'll start moving stuff back into the cabin, getting it kind of homeified. So anyways, whoa, this is interesting. What is this? Check this out, guys. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I don't know what that is. It looks like fur. It is fur. White fur. Look at that. maybe cottontail. Do this. Yeah, there's a bone in there. I think I'm holding a cottontail's tail. That is actually hadn't been here too long because it's so fluffy, so silky. Yep. So that coyote poop over there, coyote probably caught a cottontail and tore it up right here, and that's what's left over. I'm gonna kind of take a look around, see if I can find any more cottontail pieces to confirm my thought on this. And we are just right here next to the cabin. It's looking beautiful. That new paint on there. I don't know if you guys can see it. There it is. The first view you guys get of the cabin. A lot of work. This thing was in such bad shape, guys, when we bought this place. But thankfully, it's here. All we got to do is give it a facelift, and then we can move in. So we got a little bit more time, guys. I don't want to promise, oh, we're going to be here in 4 weeks. I don't want to say that because things always happen. Things always come up. Another dead pine. Boy, this pine here, this has been down on the ground for a while. And another one, they just fall over. Oh, you can see the beautiful mountains right here. Nice view. Again, there's not a whole lot of people out here, guys. Now, I do have neighbors. Closest one right over here is probably about a half-mile away, I guess. And he's never here. There's no house on his property. He just has a trailer, a fifth wheel, and some outbuildings. Boy, this is a beautiful spot. This would be a nice spot for like an outdoor kitchen. Still close to the cabin, but to a point you look around you can't even see it, so it's kind of out of sight. But man, with that view, that's a beautiful view. So anyways, neighbors, got one about a half-mile away, got another one about a half-mile away. He's building a cabin, and then there's, like, if you go up on my upper deck in my cabin, you could look and get a really good view of, miles around, and you can see little dots where there's cabins and little homesteads. And that's okay. The people that live out here are pretty much like me. Probably pretty much like you. You just come out here, you just want to be on your own, be self-sufficient, don't have to deal with people. It's kind of ironic that I'm here on YouTube. This channel is growing, by the way. We've got a lot of new subscribers. I guess YouTube is pushing their algorithms to this channel. But on my other channel, we're getting up, well over 5,000 people. So you would think, oh, Vaughn, you're an extrovert. You like getting out there and being around people. No, not really. I mean, well, I guess some sorts, yeah. I spent a lot of my life in rock bands, playing in front of people. But as far as normal life, regular living, I'd rather just be by myself or, with the wife and kids. That's my jam, yo. Being around people is not my jam, but I could do it. I was a public speaker for over 22 years, talking in front of thousands of people on stage. So I don't really have a problem with that, but I prefer this. This is where I belong, guys. So if you're new here, welcome. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Again, if you're new here, this is kind of a documentary of our journey to self-sustainable off-grid living. We are totally off-grid here, guys. We're about 20 miles from the nearest pavement. You do need, for the most part, 4x4 to get to my property. You got a yucca. Over at my horse ranch in San Diego County, our yuccas are blooming right now. And just so you know, you can eat those flowers, and they're actually pretty good. You just eat them like a salad. Anyways, going back to what I was saying. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. This is not going to be the norm, guys. Once we move here, I'll still do nature hikes like this. I may take you hunting as well, but it's going to be all, off-grid stuff. I'm just not there yet. We're just too busy building the house. We're getting this house and the old hay barn livable, and you guys don't want to see that. If you want to see people, upgrading a building, you could just go down the street and see your neighbors doing an addition or whatever. Not very impressive, not very entertaining, and I don't know. I would rather do more homestead type stuff, show you gardening and woodworking and, water catchment system. We're 100% on rainwater here. We do have a couple propane appliances that I hope to transition into biogas appliances. I have most of the material I need for my biogas digester. If you don't know what that is, just Google it, or here on YouTube, biogas digester. It's a very simple way of creating flammable gas, methane, and you can use that for cooking or heating or whatever you can use propane for. You can use that. So it's a pretty cool system, and I got most of the equipment to do it now. That's not going to happen until next year. This year, this spring that we're in right now, summer and fall, is going to be finishing the repairs on the cabin and moving in. The wife is actually, show you how close we are, guys. Yesterday, when I left California, the wife was actually having a yard sale. She's selling our stuff right now. A lot of clothes, a lot of furniture, dishes, stuff like that. We're not bringing much out here from California. We're buying everything new, all the appliances, all the furniture, everything like that is all new. It's kind of like a life start over, I guess. I think the only piece of furniture we're bringing is our dining table and our chairs, just because it's oak and it's really heavy duty and nice, and I'm going to refinish it here in my wood shop. And it's going to be beautiful, and we already have it, so we are going to bring the dining table and chairs. That's one of the things I will be putting on this channel, is me refinishing that. It's going to be kind of like a mix mash of different things we're going to do on this channel, and I'm really looking forward to it and bringing you guys along. You can see what it's like living off grid. This winter, so the winter of 24, we're going to start our garden beds, not growing, but building our gardens, getting all the fencing up, getting our orchard stuff done, all our livestock pens, all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that's going to be on this channel. So it's going to be a regular off-grid, life channel. Not really walking around the woods like this, but I'll probably still do this. I enjoy this. I like just walking around. We're here for a week and a half this trip. By the way, if my neighbors are watching this, come over, come hang out, come have dinner and sit around the campfire with us. You're all welcome. But this is so awesome, guys. I love coming out here. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain the feeling you get when you're out like this and there's just no people around, no traffic, no helicopters, no trains, no sirens. Just you and dirt and trees and mountains and rocks. That's pretty cool. Now this is interesting. So I got a pine that has fallen down, and this part of it's dead, but there's two big healthy branches growing right up out of that. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, we got some pitch here. Let me show you this. I think I showed you guys in the last video I made out here. This is pitch. This is secreted by a pine tree when it gets damaged. And it's kind of like a scab, a tree's scab. It kind of clogs the damaged area, keeps it from from getting infected or getting more damage. But this is very, very useful for starting fires. This is like gasoline, guys. It burns like gasoline. You could also make glue out of it. You can mix it with wood ash. Becomes a very good glue. You could also seal up wounds on your skin with it if in an emergency. Just, there's so many cool things out here, guys, that have multiple uses. A lot of deer track here. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, that is a little deer track. Look at that. So deers have this cloven hoof, just like a cow almost. It's a point right here. Well, hopefully you can see it on the camera, but it goes all the way this way. So this guy was walking west into this clearing here, actually right next to the cabin. What do you know? So anyways, yeah, hopefully if you're new here, you guys subscribe. We got to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers so we are eligible for monetization. I've never monetized a channel before. As a matter of fact, my other YouTube channel, YouTube is trying to ban because of the things I say on there. Again, that's Backcountry Preps. If you guys don't know about that channel, that channel's been up for over 10 years, and I don't think it's going to be around much longer. So this channel is more for homesteading. That channel is more like political and current events type of thing, where you got to really watch what you say. A lot of dead pine, guys. It's sad. I wish these pines were not dead. But yeah, I'll be coming out here with a chainsaw sometime this week. Start clearing out some of these trees away from the house. But anyways, I'll cut the video here. I want to go in and start breakfast, get another cup of coffee, and get to work. I will be definitely making more videos since we're out here so long this trip, and show you what's going on. So take care, guys. See you on the next one.